But I think our actual home phones that we use probably every day when we're at home are the items that really and truly need to be replaced because they do time out after a while. So AT&T brings you a 4-handset corded and cordless phone system, which is great because you've got 3 handsets that are actually cordless. So these are gonna be the ones that you can walk around with. But then you have 1 handset with the base and the answering capability that has a cord. This is important because if the power goes out, if your electricity goes out, you can't use any cordless phone, but you could still use a corded phone. So it's great that you've got all of the pieces that you need. You just choose the color that you want, and we'll show you those. You are getting, and that's the way that it looks, and I think it's so sleek and beautiful. You've got that smart call blocking, so it can block nuisance calls and so much more. And we're gonna give you all the details on the features of your new home phones, but you just decide which colors you want. And we have them for you in a variety of colors. So what you're gonna notice is everything is easy to see and to use. You're not gonna accidentally press the 4 when you meant to press the 1 because everything is nice and big. You've got it in champagne. This is rose gold. This one is mint. And Bill Duggan is joining us on this Valentine's Day. How are you doing? Happy Valentine's Day.
I just called.
Oh, no. I knew one of us was going to do it.
On days of all days, right?
Right.
But the thing is, we do take for granted our home phones. Whether it's the crackling, whether it's the range that we get or want to get. Now we can get better range because it's DECT 6 technology. And when it comes to phones, we know AT&T. AT&T, they've upped the game. They're the only ones out there who are giving us that smart call blocking. And as I was telling Tamara before, we've heard of call blocking because you know one of the #1 complaints to the Federal Trade Commission? It is about unwanted solicitation and those unwanted calls ringing the house at all hours of the day. And so a lot of phone providers have given us options. It would be answer the phone, hello, hello. You know what's coming,
right.
And then you have to block the number, or you buy an additional adapter that helps you block the number. Not with AT&T. It's pre-installed and it's progressive. It pre-screens the calls. So I'm gonna call the house right now. And what you're gonna notice, I'm that robocall on the other end because I'm running for office. I want your money.
Okay.
It's election season. It's ringing.
Hello, calls to...
But it's not ringing in here.
...are being screened by Smart Call Blocker.
So it doesn't get through. Unless it is someone important. It's asking me to identify myself. It's Uncle Bill. So if I'm not on the call block list, or if I want to get through, say it's someone who only calls on Valentine's Day, it's gonna get through. Oh, perfect, it knows my call. So I know it's worth getting up and off the phone and stopping my email and stopping the game and answering that call.
Nice.
But more importantly, if it is that unwanted call, if it is that solicitation, it won't ring. And that's huge peace of mind. I gave this to my mom over the holidays, and I set it up really quick and simple. She's none the wiser until we sat down, and she's like, what's been nice this weekend? The phone hasn't been ringing off the wall.
Right.
Because it was always those, hello,
yes.
no, I'm not interested.
Right.
Can I call you later? Like, no.
Yeah.
Pre-screens all those calls, and not just 1 or 2, up to 1,000 blocked numbers it can do that.
Oh my God,
Right.
and that's a big problem, like you said, for a lot of us, for a lot of people. And I love that your phone system in your home is doing it for you. And just like you said, if it's somebody who should get through, they'll state their name.
Correct.
And then the phone will ring. But a robot can't state their name. Those robocalls aren't gonna come through. It just makes it more peaceful when you're at home.
Well, completely, because that is what interrupts nap time, which you can relate to, which interrupts dinner time, or just, you're watching TV and you pick up the call, or it's not even just picking up the call. It's like you're watching TV and you're like, oh, should I answer this? Who is this? I don't know. And it's like, and that's where you get sucked in, because that's actually what happens. As soon as you engage those robocalls, they know it's a live number. They know it's an active number. So they keep calling.
That's right.
And I hate to say, those do not call lists and all that out there, but to prosecute someone who violates that, because it's so much easier, trust me, for a company to be like, I'm gonna call 1,000 people at once for one person to pick up. And that's where AT&T has made it a simpler solution. So that's the #1 reason why people have been picking up this set of phones, but then let's also talk about how it operates. I mean, they're glamorous, they're fun. I mean, champagne phone in your kitchen or in your home office looks great. Yes, you get 3 wireless handsets. They also independently operate as phones, but it could be your intercom system. A lot of people have been excited because they can actually see the buttons, see the screens. So it's a nice larger LCD screen. So you can easily see how many calls, by the way, telescopes up and down if you'd like, what's been missed. Your base station, built-in digital answering machine. Easy to see the volume controls, speakerphone. By the way, answering machine is at the base station. I can still answer all those voicemails and everything at each one of my handsets. So it's not like I always have to go to the office, always have to go to the kitchen. But one thing you're also not realizing you're getting is that DECT 6 technology. And what does that mean? It's better range on your phone calls. So if you ever, talking on the phone, you get out in the garage. And it's like, oh wait, hold on. So you stand in the doorway for 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, mom. But then you want better range, so you're upgrading. Or we've heard about high definition television and high definition audio. When did you update your home phones last? Get high definition audio so you can hear everyone better too.
And that's what I'm saying. We have updated a lot of the electronics in our life just over, over the last several years. But if you are still using those same old phones, it really is time to upgrade because there are so many new features that really fit into our lifestyle right now.
We're getting a call. So guess what? I know it's someone important because it's on my list because it's ringing the house. Great, large, vibrant screen so I can see the number. I'm gonna let it go to voicemail since we're in the middle of something.
Please leave a message after the tone. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Bill. EJ. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
see you guys later.
it was EJ from work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we should have answered that.
You should have. But did you see how easy I was able to find the volume button? I mean, how many times we're like, where's the volume button? I can't find it. Everything's all right here. Even the call block button, the speakerphone button. And remember, one of the biggest differences with our base station is this cord. Not to be retro, not to be, oh, remember when? It's because it's important. When you do emergency preparedness, whether it's, storm season, ice on the lines and all that, or fire season, earthquakes, they're all out there. One of the things they say we need to have is not necessarily a cell phone. It's actually to have a landline because if people do need to get through, the lines get blocked, and this still works. Power outages even.
Well, I learned that a long time ago. My mom always, taught me to always have a corded phone. Even if it's not your main phone, just always have one. But I like that this comes as part of your phone system. So you still have all of the features and the advantages of having the latest technology. And you also have, if you need it, if those times arise, and they do every year. We hear about it always on the news when there's a storm or there's a power outage. You're still in contact. You're getting all of this for less than $100. Our regular price on this was closer to about $23 more. So I love that you're still getting what you want. It's all exclusive. This bundle is exclusive to us from HSN. It's AT&T, so this is a name and a brand that we already know and live with. And you're getting everything that you need for your home phone system. So if it's time for you to get a new phone, and think about it, even if it's the fact of your numbers on your phone are all rubbed off and you can't see anything. There's makeup there.
Sauce.
One of them, sauce.
Yeah, pasta sauce, dough.
I was thinking barbecue sauce in my house.
It's lunchtime.
And the fact that maybe on your cordless phones, maybe one doesn't really work, or it's hard to hear, or like you said, you don't have the range. Get a new set. I like the champagne. We also have the rose gold, and we also have, we're calling this one mint. But either way, less than $100, and actually if you use FlexPay, you can get 5 flex of $20 to get these home. And then you'll have them, you plug them in, and then you don't have to think about getting new home phones for a long time.
And that's just it. It's one of those purchases that you do forget about because you just appreciate the good quality, you appreciate the audio, and the number one thing you're gonna appreciate is the fact that those calls aren't coming through anymore because it pre-blocks those calls. I wanna see if I can show you on the rose gold one over here. Actually, there we go. It wants me to do date and time. So I can do it over here. I'm gonna come over here to my menu because remember, I can see everything real quick and easy. It takes me through, and I can come down here, date, set, time, ringers. I'm doing this real quick. Call block, directory, smart call blocking. Boom. So I know it's right over here. Voice guide. Normally, when you plug it in, it takes you right to the voice guide. So you don't even have to do the process that I just went through.
Hello. This voice guide will assist you with the basic setup of Smart Call Blocker.
So you don't have to read the manual. I mean, it's easy setup for the smart call blocking. It's easy setup for the voicemail system. Those little differences are what makes AT&T truly a #1 in the industry out there. So because that's so simple, this is what happens on the other end. I'm running for office. I signed up for something at the mall, and now I'm on that darn list. And so guess what? I'm gonna call that house. And the thing is, no joke, I get called all the time. And it doesn't happen anymore. And it's great, so.
Hello, calls to this number are being screened by Smart
It's not ringing the house.
Please say your name after the tone, then press pound.
So realize, before I identified myself, because I'm a robot, I can't do that. I'm waiting for you to pick up, so it never gets through. It's like having that receptionist out in the front office.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd like to speak to Tamara. I'm like, well, Tamara's not available right now. Who's calling? It's like, she can't be bothered.
It just makes it so, and now when I'm at home eating dinner, taking a nap, or just relaxing in my own private space, I'm not interrupted by, you know, who knows who's calling to get my money, to get my signature, to get my vote, to get my whatever.
When it does ring, you know it is someone important.
It is somebody you know.
It is church, it is work, it is family members. Another crazy thing, because remember, this is a corded set. I'm gonna actually, I unplugged the wrong one. I'm gonna unplug us from power, because we lost power. And this is what happens. We have no power at house because out in California, now they're doing it voluntarily. Very frustrating.
Rolling blackout.
And that's another,
Look.
the phone is still ringing. And realize all the features are not necessarily there because they're conserving power. But guess what? Hello?
Yeah.
It's EJ.
It's EJ. I'm glad we answered.
Sorry. Happy Valentine's Day, EJ. We missed your call.
Yeah.
Sorry. Enjoy.
But did you hear that?
And that's just, oh yeah, by the way, EJ, we have no power. Isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's real, bye. That's what we want. And that's one of the reasons I gave it to my mom. So peace of mind, because there's nothing worse when you're in that dark house. When's power coming back on, you're protected. The biggest thing is the evolution of the features. We know the AT&T name, and look at right here. It's those unwarranted, annoying calls. They're blocked, pre-screened. I don't have to wait to engage them and then put them on a list. And the setup is so simple because of what AT&T offers. That's the biggest feature in this. Yeah, and you're walking away with high definition audio, bigger buttons, brighter screen.
Yes.
And that's where it's just enjoyable.
Even the speaker on that handset is huge.
Right.
So you can actually hear a lot easier. You know, the fact that only the calls that you want to get through are gonna get through makes a difference too, because if it's hard for you to get to the phone sometimes when it's ringing, and like there's so many times where I've literally dropped everything, I've run across the house to get to the phone, and it was a robocall, and it makes you so mad.
Right.
So if for you, it's not easy for you to get up and get across the room to the phone if it's not sitting right next to you. When it rings, you know it's worth it for me to get up and move across to pick up the phone. And it's not gonna be that hassle. I mentioned the size of that speaker because I like to listen to things hands-free a lot, because I need to be hands-free if I'm gonna have a long conversation. You can actually hear. You don't have to, you know, like live with your ear on the phone all the time.
And they can hear you.
And they can hear you.
Because remember, it's not just the features in terms of, you know, 2020 technology, like I said 19, but it's also about getting that nice audio. Because, you know, we have come a long way, because when did you last upgrade those home phones? My mom had not. And that's one of the reasons why I was excited to do this for her, because yes, it's fun to have something shiny and new in the kitchen, but if you're like my mom, she's like, why? Stop, what are you doing? I just quickly upgraded all the handsets. I was able to put my number in the directory. By the way, the call blocking system, you can set it up 3 different ways, which again, takes you through that process with voice prompts. It can be any number outside of your area code, any number not on your already approved list. So say it's, you know, all the family members, then they have to be approved, or just any unknown private number. And remember, those numbers still get through. So say I'm the accountant, it's tax season, right? And I call once a year, tax time. So guess what? It's screening the call because I'm not in the directory, but because I can identify myself.
Please say your name after this.
I have to identify myself. Oh, okay. It's the tax guy. So all of a sudden, because it's a person on the other end of the phone, it's going to not even go to voicemail, it now rings the house. So now it'll actually,
It's the tax guy.
oh, it's the tax guy. I don't want to talk to him yet.
No. Not until April 14th.
Exactly, right? But if I do want to talk to him, because it's the school, the mechanic, the repair people, which, you know, you never know what number they're calling on. That's where it's really just peace of mind, and it's an easy upgrade.
And less than $100. I mean, for all 4 phones. Remember, 3 cordless, 1 corded, and the base with the call screening feature, the call block feature, the call recording feature, the intercom hands-free, all of that. You can actually see the numbers, you can see the screen, you can hear the call. Imagine that. And I know, and you've got free shipping on that one as well. So if you want to do it on FlexPay, you've got 5 flex of $20, but it's $99.99. Now, we can make that a little bit better, actually a lot better.
I'm listening.
And that is if you are new to getting an HSN card. So we've got the benefits of having an HSN card, but if you don't have one yet, apply for one this weekend, and when you're approved,